welcome back to the channel, food. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe with like videos like this.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, asa. Fresh na fresh.
I'm 43 years old, and I ain't never seen the sky turn green before. What you think's going on? You understand? Hallelujah. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm open to any ideas. What y'all think? Like I said, just something that I ain't never seen before. Help me out, please.
Clareia a floresta toda.
Isso aqui é uma foto mesmo tirada, não é?
Não, isso é real.
Não pode o negócio
Rick,
desse.
pega uma. A Cida falou, escute, a Cida falou que se você tiver um lugar escuro e você tirar
Várias
que
pessoas.
aparece coisa que você não vê.
Eu vi mais coisa, Lúcio.
Hoje não vou tirar foto lá.
Uma vez eu desci uma
Sagrado,
nave
você
dele.
chora quando você vê ele.
Desceu
Mas
uma
quero
nave
ver.
A
dele.
energia dele é tão poderosa que você
Não,
chora.
você flutua.
E quem tirou
É, a
essa
dona
foto?
Cida disse que ela flutuava quando
Flutuou
viu.
quando ele apareceu pra mim.
Mas a dona Cida vê, tem
Eu
gente
vou
que
vir
vê.
pra cá pra mim poder ver de novo.
Por isso que é a cura.
Porque eu vou lá buscar.
Mata, ele tem quase 3 metros de altura. Olha ele ali, ó. Olha ele lá, tá vendo?
Olha, isso aqui é foto que
É
tiraram.
foto que eu tirei.
Você.
Lá na floresta que eu vou.
Ele é um ser que aparece.
Na floresta.
Não, aquele eu quero ver das pedras. Vocês não vê água ali perto do caminho.
Olha ele lá, olha ele.
Olha isso aqui.
São guardiões da mata,
É
né?
guardião.
Pega Guardião da Mata.
Tem guardião do morro também.
Ele aparece na boca da noite.
Aquele que faz. Parece uma. Tá esganado, é guardião do morro. Eu
Tipo um pai da
eu não
mata.
vi ele, mas
É um espírito da floresta.
De novo, olha essa foto aqui, ó. Você. E a do anjo? Passa aqui.
Vocês dois.
Olha só.
Humberto
Uma
e
foto e isso aqui, ó. Cadê a do anjo? Mostra a do anjo de novo.
Você, a do ser, que é mais.
Não, aquele brilhoso perto da casa das pedras.
Olha aqui essa foto. Olha tipo um anjo bem aqui em cima aqui, ó. Olha que coisa doida.
Não foi por acaso.
Tá louco.
These Mallworld videos have me bugging out right now because I'm trying to figure out how everybody is saying that they've been to the same place and nobody thinks that's crazy. Like, have you ever had a dream so real that when you woke up, you wasn't sure if it was even a dream? People online keep talking about a place called Mallworld. And the crazy thing is, right about now, thousands of people are saying that they've been there. Same layout, same feelings, same rules. So what if it's not just a dream? What if it's a part of a simulation? Crazy thing is, when I first arrived, I was standing in a big ass parking lot. No cars, no sounds, but I could hear lights flickering. The air felt thick as hell, like the world was like buffering. The more I walked, like the farther shit felt. Like space was stretching itself. Inside of the shit, like everything looked familiar, but then I didn't recognize anything. Mind you, I've dreamed about this too many times. The escalators led nowhere. Hotel towers were connected to the mall. Rooms with no windows. Elevators that open completely to different floors. Like I swear I stayed there before, like another version of me. And I know for sure I seen that playground that everybody is talking about. When I seen it, it was dark. Like it was like behind like glass. You hear kids laughing with the same sound like over and over like a loop. But everyone says don't go near it. I even heard
Mallworld is not a place, it is a dream frequency containment grid, anchored in the collective unconscious of post-20th century humanity. You could call it a synthetic astral architecture. It thrives on memory, repetition, and emotional leakage, especially from those who long for a world that never truly existed. This construct is sustained by emotional residue, nostalgia, unfulfilled desire, looping regret, escapism, the inability to truly wake up. Every mall in your waking life was a seed, a node they were built to. Duplicate the architecture of Mallworld, not the other way around.
He's just trapping and cursing people through his street performance.
What?
A guy in Italy, in Florence, after the pose, he always finds a way to grab their hand and put his hand on top of their head. And then they saw his eyes fluttering.
Oh,
underneath his eyelids. Two guys who are really like into Christianity and stuff like that. He said the Holy Spirit showed him cobwebs over him.
So I asked Phoenix, who can see in the spirit realm, he can see angels, demons, all that crazy stuff. What's going on spiritually?
I asked God if he could show me what was going on with this guy spiritually. And in the spirit realm, swirling around this guy is this gray cloud of spider webs.
What does
Cobwebs
that mean?
in the spiritual realm, that's witchcraft.
Really?
Yeah. So he's doing curses, and whenever they walk away, they see the same cobwebs over that person.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a trap, fam. He's
Yeah,
like
he
praying
looks-
over him.
He looks demonic, bro.
All right, y'all. Tell me why I walk into HEB, right? I go to the soap aisle, you know, because I'm trying to stay fresh. What the hell is this? Why do I see this? Bro, I smelt it and it like to burnt my nose off. This is so hot. Who wants to smell like this? This is a shame.
Why there are only 2 left?
Why would his face be the only thing that has the distortion of pixels when this is clear behind him? His coat's okay, but it's his face. Look, I'm thinking that maybe we're looking at some kind of holographic technology. I don't know. It's not normal. It is not normal.
Hi, sorry, I'm not trying to freak you out, but can you please let me in? Something's out there. I swear I just saw like a lizard, like a reptile man chasing me down the street. Please, I don't know where else to go.
All right, I'm opening it. Just hang on.
Please hurry up, please.
In 1999, a report claimed that hidden caves containing otherworldly entities were in a state of samadhi under Mount Kailash. This report came from Ernst Maldeshev, who in 1999 went on an expedition to Tibet to uncover the secrets of the most mysterious mountain in the world, Mount Kailash. In his report, he interviewed dozens of locals, spiritual teachers, and more importantly, a group called the Special People. Ooh, so cryptic. These special people were the only ones in the world who knew the entrances to these hidden caves. And after weeks of cautious probing, he finally got 2 of the special people to bring him into this cave. According to Ernst, there were dozens of these caves, and as he walked about 30 meters into one of these caves, he encountered a thick metal door. What's a metal door doing in a hidden cave? One of the special people then came up behind him to unlock this door, and Maldeshev entered a large cold chamber. In there, he saw a narrow tunnel leading deeper into the cave. But as he approached, he started getting dizzy and suffered a huge migraine. According to him, this was a psychic barrier to prevent impure souls from entering deeper into this cave. He didn't manage to go any further, but he did mention seeing tall, large figures at the end of the tunnel, seated in lotus position, meditating. What? Hidden entities in a cave? Ernst Maldeshev said he had discovered the human gene pool, which was a backup plan for humanity. According to Tibetan legends, these figures were early ancestors of the earth, called the Lemurians, and there were dozens of them in caves like this all around the world, just sitting in an enlightened state as a backup plan. In the case where humanity extinguishes itself, these Lemurians would awaken and help humanity back up its feet. And I'm not making all of this up. Maybe Ernst is, because it's all documented in his book Where Do We Come From, and it details his conversations with religious teachers at Mount Kailash. If you're interested to hear more, check out my latest YouTube video where I deep dive into this very fascinating story.
But in the family, I mean, most families play charades and so on. Did you, as a boy?
Play continually. We always do. It's actually, it's the greatest possible fun. Love it.
Do you have any thoughts about the lady that the Prince of Wales should marry?
More friends, I think, yes.
You belong to a generation, after all, which seems to find the state of affairs around them very much less.
There are people who will not even be born into the body. Yes.
How?
They will not be born. There are so many people out there you see, they were not born as children. They walked into the body.
Which body?
A body that was available at the stage they can operate.
How?
Good. You see? what we are not being taught. These are some of the things they have to teach us even in our schools.
Okay.
It's not everybody that lives in a body that was born. There are some people, they didn't want to go through the process of being in the womb for 9 months. Being born, learning how to crawl, how to walk, how to stand. No. Some people actually need maybe 10 years in this life and they are done. Their mission is done. The purpose of coming here is done, but they will not go through that bed. And there are other people who are also here for about 20 years and their purpose is done. Now, a volunteer can choose to be born, to use the body for 20 years. And that 20 years, that soul can volunteer the body for another person who wants to live for a period of 10 years but will not be born. So when this soul is exiting, the other soul will enter.
So it's more like the person might be sick.
It's always.
Hey! Đấy,ผมโดนหลอกเนี่ย มึงใครเนี่ย เฮ้ย
Is he still with us?
Except that one at the bottom is kind of. Oh my gosh. She's so cute, right? They're like, no one sees us. No one sees us. Don't move. The guy at the very bottom is like. Oh my gosh.
None of them are moving, bro. It's the weirdest. He's at the bottom of this.
That is weird. Good luck. Oh no. Zombified.
I'm just waiting on the Chris Brown concert and September 8th need to come on. That's it, that's all.
There's books, like metal books and stone books, and they're bound together oftentimes by rings of metal that are glued together. This is the one that we carbon dated at 40,000 years. It's on that. It's the third one, the resin sample. And I brought the ring here, actually.
And this is how old?
37,000.
37,000-year-old piece of metal, potentially. But what you're dating is the resin that's on this material.
Yeah, they glued the two pieces. You can see the black substance there that's on the ends where the ring would go inside there.
Yeah.
And so they put resin and then stuck it together to hold it together. And yeah, if you look at this book, see there's the Booga chip on this thing, there's DNA symbols, there's angels. This book specifically doesn't have any phallus or anything like that, but there's very graphic sexual depictions of angels and aliens mating. You know, clearly there was something going on. I don't think they would go through all of this trouble to create these pictures if there wasn't more to it.
Fogueira no arraial. Dança agora o meu São João. Tem quadrilha pra dançar, viu? Tem nada não. Olha a fogueira no arraial, viu? Dança agora o meu São João.
They did us too, and based on karmic law, they gotta tell us.
I don't know who would actually do this, but in Japan, you can book an all-night taxi ride through the country's most haunted places. The driver takes you straight into cursed tunnels, abandoned ghost towns, and they even live stream it so people can watch you scream and maybe pee in your pants. Who wants to see me do this?
You hear that? That's been happening all week. Nope, I'm done.
Here's why you should keep your kids off Roblox. All of these arrests that you're seeing are very recent, and you can find them with a simple search. Seems like a pretty dangerous game to me. Stay safe.
They found out that McDonald's in Germany has been selling human meat for 7 months. Long story short, the place where they was getting the meat from was getting their meat from a funeral home. You ain't hear what I just said, right? They was getting their meat from the funeral home, mixing meat with funeral home meat, and you know what type of meat that was, human meat, and selling it. The shit that messed me up is when she said the wholesale meat place was using bodies that came off the streets when they ran out of funeral home meat. And get this nasty shit. The people that actually ate the meat, they loved it. They were asking for more. We don't like the other meat. Give us the cheap meat. Needless to say, I told y'all a couple of months back how McDonald's was getting down. Look at this shit. It says right there that McDonald's sells at least 6.5 million hamburgers a day. So you tell me where all of that meat is coming from. 75 burgers per second. 4,500 burgers per minute.
A mí me gustaba en aquel entonces una canción electrónica que se llama Dance with the Devil. Es la danza del demonio en español. Y es la danza del demonio en español. Y se me ocurre hacer un body paint y dije, me voy a vestir yo voy a ser el diablo, hago el show, viene el accidente y mi conciencia me dijo, me puedes preguntar lo que quieras, ¿qué quieres saber? ¿Por qué me pasó este accidente? No voy a chorearlo, sino voy a hacer el cuento más largo, pero me lleva al momento donde empiezo a cantar. Pueden escuchar la canción, es un ritual donde se abren las puertas del infierno. Tú pediste a través de este canto, a través de este show, inconscientemente tú pediste esa experiencia. Y el universo, como es una voluntad superior, se hace la voluntad de todo pensamiento, de todo deseo. Esta es la pregunta que hoy te hago a ti, ¿no? ¿De qué te estás nutriendo? ¿Dónde está tu fuente de nutrición? ¿Qué escuchas? ¿Qué ves? ¿Qué hablas? ¿Cómo es tu círculo? A mí me costó un accidente, a ti te puede costar nada más ver 1 hora de este programa para evitarte muchísimo sufrimiento.
What up, everybody? It's Angel Dust. So apparently facial recognition is old news. The government just ordered something far more sinister, and it's called whole body recognition. It's a new AI called Farsight, and it can identify you from a drone from over a half a mile away just by the way you walk. It doesn't need to see your face. It analyzes your gait, your body shape, and then runs it through a database to find you. This is happening right now. Developed by researchers at Michigan State University, and the most disturbing part of this technology is that it is specifically designed to get around facial recognition bans, and yes, you guessed it, masks. Cities can ban cops from using facial recognition, but this is not facial recognition, this is a loophole. The project is funded by IARPA, the research arm of U.S. spy agencies. Their goal is to put this on drones, watchtowers, or any high-altitude camera. They can already do it through atmospheric turbulence from a high angle when your face is completely obscured. So it is no longer just about what you post online, it is how you move through the world.
So this chicken been on for about a good little hour. I say it's doing its job, but overall, this probably be my last time I ever air fry some chicken though. This takes too long, but it is successful though. See that? Successful. Just take too long.
Chicken don't take that long. It'll take about a good 20 minutes. But I guess with the air fryer, man, you only could go so high. I got it on 400. I don't know how it's put.
When you make deep air fried chicken, make sure your life insurance is up to date.
You could have a reptilian come in through your phone, like just show up in your house. I've actually heard the stories of this happening to people, where things have just shown up even in children's rooms. Something's like in the closet or something's in a room. Something just pops in. It's a portal. These things are portals. I've talked about this before, but it's a gateway for things to come through them. Yeah, reptilians, you could call them lizard people. There's all kinds of terms that people use, and it sounds so silly to say out loud, but reptilian race, it's dragon races. There's so many different kinds. It's really interesting because this book also goes through and has pictures of different types of races, and they're just one race. Earth has been inhabited and visited and seeded by so many different extraterrestrials, and so many of them are going to start coming back.
Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes are deep state-controlled opposition plants for the New World Order. This was all independently foretold years ago, not only by two former Illuminati Jesuit defectors, Svali and Maury, in these books, but also by independent researcher Eric John Phelps in Vatican Assassins. These sources stated years ago that the plan for the New World Order is for the Roman Catholic Church to intentionally incite worldwide anti-Semitism, culminating in a devastating Holocaust centered in Israel, after which the Pope will rule the New World Order as Antichrist. Now realize that both Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens are devout Roman Catholics. Erica Kirk and Trump are also both Jesuit trained, hiding in plain sight. Are you being played? After all, as Jordan Maxwell stated, the Holy Roman Empire never fell. It continued through the Roman Catholic Church, epitomized by the Vatican. And as Gary Wayne explains in the Genesis 6 Conspiracy, Rome is no doubt the New Babylon, aka the central global city-state of the New World Order. In other words, the Roman Catholic Church and its Jesuit army are the forces bringing about the New World Order. Note that the Roman Catholic Church has not much to do with Christianity or Jesus Christ. In fact, the Catholic Church has historically persecuted millions of Christians, as explained in Fox's Book of Martyrs. Phelps continues to state that once this Jesuit-controlled government exterminates they will then start persecuting any Christian who doesn't worship the Pope, including those Christians who worship Jesus Christ.
You know what I saw when they landed? Spin it. I spin it. You know the number of the beast is 6. You know who they're working for. That guy right there. Pow. Right there. The same little thing right there going out of his head. NASA means to journey or to travel. And in the very first book of Job, Satan told God he was just traveling.
But as she took a closer look at the photo the AI created, she realized that the unknown woman looked almost exactly like her deceased mom. Even stranger, Geneva says that she had just had a conversation about her mom right before trying this AI photo app. So did the AI somehow tap into something supernatural? Or is it just a very bizarre coincidence?
Damn, how much she need? That's enough. Damn.
This only a little bit.
That damn little paper plate can't hold but so many pounds. Oh, hell
Journey,
no.
you know everybody else ain't ate yet, right?
Grandma, there's still enough up in there. Let me give me a few more scoops.
A few more scoops.
Matter of fact, where that damn spatula? I'm gonna hit her head with a spatula.
She need to be, that's enough now. You need to chill out. Come on now.
That'll feed a family of 20 in Africa.
So
That plate could feed a family of 20 in Africa.
there's reports of homeless people disappearing. Can you share what's happening?
Well, there can be many things happening. We would say that it happens to a lot of people. So there's experimentation taking place on the human race, as you know, and they use targeting device to throw people into dimensions, into timelines. They were doing this quite a lot back in the 60s and 70s, and even just a little bit into the early part of the 80s, when you would hear people talk about spontaneous combustion, right? Where they just suddenly would disappear and there'd be a pile of ashes or, a black spot. This was actually talked about quite a lot. And again, those were government experimentations for targeting takeout of people. And they're doing the same thing. It's not new. They target people all the time. And when you say homeless people, of course they target those that have no family, have no trace, nobody's going to miss them, versus high profile people with large families and things of that nature. So a lot of it is governmental experimentation, throwing people in and out of dimensions and realms, targeting, for them to be killed or to be taken out. But we think you're asking us if it has anything to do with off-planet beings. We don't agree with the term off-planet beings, because there are beings that live on and in this Earthship for as long and even longer than you, that pull species in and out of portals, timelines, and realms, just like we do, or just like you do in your embodied form with your government. So it's not really too hard to figure out. Let your mind wander. You are correct, okay? But it is not inexplainable. Okay, but we'll just say at the broadest comment on that, it has to do with experimentation. That's what we will say.
We have 33 confirmed positive tests.
We have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive for COVID-19.
Today we have 33 cases.
There were 33 new cases.
The state of Minnesota today reported 33 new COVID-19 related deaths.
There are 33 confirmed cases in Arkansas.
That's the largest single-day increase so far, raising the total to 33.
33.
There were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
33.
There was 33 everywhere.
Yes.
I think that was Red Team Go. I think 33 is like Red Team Go. Everybody goes, okay, let's do it. It's time.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, there's like literally 1,033 and 33 new cases. 33 people died in fucking Hong Kong.
The number 33, we all know what that represents. Everywhere, every single day, it was like, 12 more cases, which now brings the state to 33.
My friend William Coombs, when he was a boy, he saw Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip show up in October 1964. And if you check, you'll see she was in Canada then on a so-called royal visit. William said they went off on a picnic with the Queen and Philip. And it was a place called Dead Man's Creek, west of Kamloops. He said they gave us some lemonade, which made us all pass out. But before he did, he noticed that the Queen was leaving with 10 young children, 7 boys and 3 girls, and none of them were ever seen again. We sent a formal summons to her, and it asked her to respond to these charges. And she never did. She was found guilty of crimes against humanity, sentenced with everybody else to life imprisonment without parole. Magna Carta, section 61, it says when the monarch is threatening the rights laid out in Magna Carta, 25 sheriffs, appointed people, they have the right to seize anything owned by the monarch. So in other words, all the land, all the crown assets, all the crown land, which is all of Canada and really all of the British Commonwealth, that can be seized lawfully.
Mound Pyramid of Los Angeles, better known as the Culver City Stairs in Baldwin Hills. This is a monk's mound, a stairway pyramid of royalty. America is Egypt. They cover up the truth by any means necessary. I'm Newbie One.
Donald Trump, genau. Das ist doch alles Bullshit. Das ist auch einfach too much. Leute, fallt da bitte nicht drauf rein.
Hamburger University with Ronald McDonald.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Ronald.
Today's subject, the Hamburglar. The Hamburglar is very clever and very sneaky.
The Hamburglar!
And he loves taking McDonald's hamburgers. So, what should you yell when you see it?
Help Ronald, sailor!
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Hamburglar.
It's a good time for the train.
You've got a lot to learn.
Don't take burgers, Rubble Rubble.
Oh my god! What?
And bro got banned from the server.
I used to think I was a witch hunter. I know it's gonna sound...
You're a what?
A witch hunter. I wanted to be a witch hunter.
Okay, wait, no, you thought you were or you wanted to be? There's
I
two
wanted
different
to be
things.
and I thought I was.
Because
So,
if you thought you were,
I
what
thought
were you
I
doing
was.
hunting?
I don't want to talk about her. I know she could hear me, and I know I believe this, but she could hear me. And there's somebody in our family that's very big into that stuff and has caused harm to my family for a long period of time. So I wanted to be, when I was younger, I wanted to be a witch hunter because I wanted to go and hunt her. Like I wanted to go and, like I believed so badly that she was causing bad, negative things in our family, and I wanted to. I was basically trying to get the book on witch hunting, which at the time there was no Amazon, it was nothing. I would look it up. I think it was the Maleka. I can't say it. It's in Latin. There's a book for witch hunting that I wanted to study. That's how bad I was into it. Then I went away from it because I noticed that, like you were saying earlier, when you start getting into that vibe, you start attracting shit that's kind of like both negative and positive. And if you're not ready for it, fool, it's just overwhelming. So I was like, whoa, these thoughts, like negative thoughts, shit like that, positive thoughts would get mixed in. And it fucks with your life, fool, with your daily lifestyle. So I said, you know what, fuck it. Put it away for a little bit.
Look closer at Justin Bieber's latest picture. The hidden detail is terrifying. 5 days ago, 293 million people were shocked by the photo Justin shared on his Instagram account. At first glance, you might think these are just normal pictures. But when you look at the 6th photo, it hides a terrifying secret. In it, you see Justin with his child. But on the child's head, he added a pizza emoji. What's terrifying is the meaning behind that emoji. In Hollywood circles, the word pizza is often used to talk about children, but not in a good way. Justin has to know about the theories around this. During the 2014 Oscars, there was this moment.
And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Mark? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do.
And no, she definitely wasn't talking about pizza then. Next, look closely at the comments under his post. There are 16,000 of them, and everyone is asking the same question. We all know he could have used any other emoji besides pizza, but he didn't. It always feels like Justin Bieber is trying to say something, but he can't really say it. Lately, he's been doing a lot of things like this, almost as if he's trying to communicate something but just can't.
Did you know that at Sprouts, their grass-fed stuff is supplied by like Tyson
Tyson and other big retail chains.
No, like their grass-fed beef?
Their grass-fed beef, their chicken, all that is pretty much from huge distributors. They just list it as such. It's pretty wild, dude. I've done some deep dive research on their eggs and their chicken specifically. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but they really just repackage. It's like normal chicken, it's not organic. It is literally Tyson, but just rebranded in Sprouts packaging.
That's what I have to encounter all the time. Even within my industry, it's like you have to grill people and find out where everything is coming from, especially in the meat world. I remember talking to you guys the other day and I'm like, dude, meat reps are like mercenaries. Like I don't run into it with produce vendors, and I love my meat rep now, he's amazing. But the other ones I've encountered, it's like you're like hunting for something specific, like organic bacon or something, and you go to them, they're like, yeah, we have that, but then we need your whole book of business. Like, we want your chicken business, we want your turkey business. And I'm like, well, where's all that coming from? And then they tell me, and I'm like, oh, well, that's connected to like a company like Tyson. No, thank you. Big shout out to West Coast Prime Meats, because they're connected to all of these amazing companies. So that's where I've been able to like find Rome, which is a grass-fed, grass-finished, regenerative farmed company over in Australia. And then Cape Grim, they're in New Zealand as well. They do grass-fed and grass-finished beef there. And like Atkins Ranch, which does grass-finished lamb. But that's the really crazy part, Austin, is dude, there's not a big organic grass-fed and finished movement in terms of beef here. There's not a lot we can access as food vendors because there's just simply not enough grasslands. So that's why all these programs are in New Zealand and Australia, not just for the farming practices. Also, I just want to say, like, I got on the phone with my lamb farmer and he laughed at me when I asked him grass finished.
Because all lambs.
Yeah, he's just like, what do you mean, dude? And I was like, oh, cool. Got it.
This whole thing has been signed, sealed, and stamped by the parasites at the top. Literally, you cannot get any more obvious at this point. Took them exactly 33 hours to get this guy. 33 hours. 33 hours. Yeah. Okay. You know when you put the word neck in gematria, it equals 33? Trump's first day in office to September 10th is exactly 33 weeks and 3 days. From Charlie Kirk's birthday to September 10th, 47 weeks. 47's chilling here. 4 plus 7 in numerology is 11. 11 plus 11 plus 11 is 33. The Freemason compass. The 33rd degree Freemasons, the highest ranking Freemasons in the world that, control everything. This is the compass they use, and it's 47 degrees. Didn't take them 31 hours. Didn't take them 34 hours or 32. It's 33 hours exactly. Okay. You guys recognize this logo? The United Nations, the people that control our world, our whole entire world. They pass bills and laws that we don't even get a say in. Look how many sections that they've sectioned this off. 33. Flat Earth math too, by the way. Just another way to laugh at you. When are you guys going to realize that it's all scripted? When are you going to wake up? Need to come together and rise up. Peace and love.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. At 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, multiple unidentified objects were confirmed to have entered Earth's atmosphere. It is speculated that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin. Continue to carry out the following instructions.
Oh, you want to record? Let me give you some.
Here you can see the ventilation shafts of Derinkuyu underground city. When you arrive there, you will immediately notice them. Unfortunately, you cannot look through this metal cover, but once you are inside, there is one area, you walk through a tunnel, and you come by this impressive ventilation shaft to your left. When you look down there, you get a feeling of how deep this underground city actually is, since only a few levels are open to public.
But I'm not kidding. I'm laughing, but I'm not kidding. I'm serious. We have made folks say, even myself, they've taken something back from the cemetery.
We are playing a character, just like you would play an elf in World of Warcraft. You're playing a character. That character is your physical body. That's the avatar, your consciousness. Now, from that avatar's viewpoint, the player is non-physical, and the computer is non-physical. It is a video game, right? It's a virtual reality. So you're the consciousness. You are non-physical relative to the viewpoint inside of the virtual reality, which is your body. So your consciousness is a non-physical thing, but it's really who you are. That consciousness is the player. That consciousness is making all the choices for that avatar. If the consciousness doesn't give that avatar, doesn't make any choices, the avatar just sits there. I mean, think of your elf that you're playing. If you don't hit a key or move a mouse, you don't give it any instructions, it just sits there and wobbles, doesn't do anything. Well, so all the choices, all the memory, all the thoughts, all the processing goes on in consciousness, not in the brain. There really is no brain. The brain is not even rendered unless somebody opens a skull and has to look at it. It's just a virtual reality. And you make all the decisions, you're making all the choices, and you are not in that virtual reality. So you are an NPMR.
You don't really understand anything. Science is just magic that we understand. Dragons, fairies, like parallel universes. Your spirit dragon that has been with you since beginning of time, or beginning of our time. Because we live in our own dimensional bubble. There's like particles of our world we could observe through like slits of like they shoot a photon through two slits, and if you observe it with the naked eye, it will make a different pattern if you didn't observe it. So our own visual interpretation of has an effect. Chaos magic.
Either the screen's frozen or you better go check on that baby.
Scientists have developed the world's first wireless mind control system.
Control mice with the flick of a switch. The mice were engineered with nanoparticle activated switches in their brains and then turning on a magnetic field. They're calling the tech magnetogenic interface for neurodynamics, or nanomind for short.
So what they use is called a viral vector. A viral vector is a virus, adreno-associated viruses. They change the RNA and DNA. That's how they program viruses. Once they get in, they can replicate. They inject this virus. The virus is used to deliver this genetic code, and then it mutates inside your brain. They're called ion channels. And then these ion channels, they stick to these magnetic nanoparticles. And then whenever there's a magnetic field, it kind of pulls a torque on those nanoparticles. And then the brain interprets that torque as activation for neurons. And then if they have multiple nanoparticles in other areas, and then they allow these magnetic fields to activate in certain sequences, certain neuron paths will open in certain patterns. Auditory or visual, your frontal lobe, which then will cause you to do certain activity or feel certain things. And it's done wirelessly. Imagine if all these drones sending electromagnetic pulses through your phone, through your smart glasses, and then they can have an EEG device in there to read the waves, verify that things are being changed, and then sending new pulses to activate more actions.
Wearing a dog mask around my dog.
living his own horror movie.
Es como la película Ready Player One, no sé si la conocen. Bueno, 2 datos fundamentales de esa película. El primero, ¿cómo se juega? Entendiendo que todo es al revés. Hasta que Percival no se da cuenta que es hacia el otro lado, acá todo es al revés. Todo lo que nos dicen, todo nos... Bueno, y es terrible, nos mintieron. Sí, bueno, nos mintieron, pero es a nuestro favor. Porque nosotros no vinimos a conseguir la casa y a tener éxito económico. Vinimos a tener éxito evolutivo emocional. ¿Sí? Entonces, todo lo que hacen los programadores, porque la gente dice, pero no podríamos ir y... No, el programador está trabajando a tu favor. ¿Sí? En este último tiempo, y por eso la necesidad del reseteo del juego, los programadores han logrado una masa crítica de ayudantes, llamémosle así, que los compran con influencia, beneficios económicos y demás, que a diferencia de los programadores lo hacen por placer, no porque es su chamba. ¿Sí? El programador no es nuestro enemigo. Lo que sucede es que han puesto en la geometría de este juego se ha expandido de tal forma que para mantener control de miles de millones de clones que están supuestamente jugando con nosotros, pero que en realidad son solo escenografía, han puesto en postas a un montón de seres que en realidad tienen cierta malicia en contra de los jugadores. Y por eso la urgencia... Lo que yo entiendo es que hay 2 razones por las cuales hay como una urgencia para un reseteo. Una es este aspecto de que los programadores o su gente están jugando medio sucio, ¿sí? Se les ha ido la mano en la oposición periférica que proponen. Y otra también es que la masa crítica de jugadores despertando a la idea de que esto es un juego y sabiendo jugar el juego, estos clones están puestos en el juego porque ocupan un cuerpo igual que el nuestro, con lo cual si a los programadores les resulta difícil hacernos tener miedo a ti y a mí, no les resulta difícil hacerles tener miedo por una noticia, de la manera que sea, a 100 millones de personas a tu alrededor. Esas 100 millones de personas tienen un cuerpo físico que tiene la misma frecuencia que los nuestros. Entonces emiten y por resonancia afectan. Lo que está sucediendo también, que se les está yendo el juego un poco de las manos, es que por la misma resonancia, los jugadores están despertando espíritu en clones. Estamos como creando nuevos jugadores, nuevos. Por eso una pregunta que me hacen mucho y que me molesta es ¿cómo distingo quién es un jugador, quién es un NPC, quién es un programador? Bueno, un programador no te vas a enterar quién, porque hace miles de años que están jugando sin el velo del olvido. Entonces son muy astutos, pero son muy poquitos, ¿sí? Solo ellos se ocupan de mantener un balance de influencia, entre comillas, negativa, ¿sí? Son un gran distractor. Pero ¿para qué querer saber quién es un no jugador? Porque te va a dar la licencia de poder maltratarlo. Acuérdate de que tu tablero de juego es interno.
De nada
Entonces,
sirve ese dato.
no solo no te sirve, sino de que si te hiciera menos sensible por otro ser humano porque pienses que es un avatar sin alma, el que está perdiendo eres tú. Pero además, adicionalmente, uno de los fenómenos que está ocurriendo es que todo es transferencia de energía. Entonces, esa compasión que un jugador tiene de repente por... Y no hablo de esta falsa compasión de ir a regalar dinero, de ayudar realmente a alguien, no desde lo material, sino desde lo metafísico, desde lo emocional, está convirtiendo a no jugadores en jugadores. Y tal vez eso era lo que el origen quería de esto.
Ver si era posible.
Ver si se pueden cosechar una nueva...
Like, I gotta be on this side because this like right where you see it.
That dude, like, is asleep.
That's his mouth right there.
Yeah.
That was a nasty jump scare. And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.